The biggest question for Notre Dame this season is who will be their starting quarterback, Deshaun Kaiser or Malik Zaire. Glenn, this is the first time a Fort Wayne men's basketball team has defeated a team from the Big Ten or a nationally ranked team, and that's exactly what they did Tuesday night against number 3 Indiana. Not only is this making waves statewide, also making news nationally. Fort Wayne is trending on Twitter. The Stash is in the building here at Parkview Field with 3-time world champion Raleigh Fingers making an appearance at the Tin Caps game on Monday night. He is known for revolutionizing the role of the relief pitcher. He's just one of 5 in the Baseball Hall of Fame. St. Francis getting one last practice in before heading down south to Georgia, where they will take on Reinhardt University on Saturday in the NAIA semifinals. The energy and excitement surrounding Jalen Smith this season is palpable on the campus of Notre Dame and across the country. But Purdue can't get their heads too big right now with a hungry Michigan team facing them tomorrow. Roush coming to Kilmer Court after spending the last 2 seasons at DeKalb. The Wayne Generals hoping to give him a rough introduction to the SAC. Marcus Green, you're the next Tin Cap on the clock. You ready to go?
Yes, I'm ready.
All right, in 3, 2, 1. What's your favorite game to play at a carnival?
Pop the balloon.
Least favorite type of music?
Rock.
Which Disney prince would you want to be?
Pass.
Would you rather go camping or stay at a hotel?
Camping.
What's your favorite thing to do at a playground?
Go on the swings.
Would you rather be a singer or a dancer?
Dancer.
Favorite type of workout?
Push-ups.
Favorite type of French fry?
Curly fries.
What's your best knock-knock joke?
Don't have one.
Cookies or brownies?
Brownies.
Who do you trust most on the team to cook you a meal?
Dominicans.
Would you rather carry a purse or wear heels?
Neither.
What is your favorite holiday and why?
New Year's.
Why? Sure. Favorite scary movie?
All the scary movies, 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Hamburgers or hot dogs?
Hamburgers.
What do you put on your hamburgers?
Everything.
Ooh, all right. Well, we got in the favorite type of hamburger for Marcus Green for Tin Caps on the clock. And who will the Falcons play in Super Bowl 51? Either the Steelers or Patriots. Pats jump out to a 10-0 lead. Tom Brady, with all the time in the world, finds a wide-open Chris Hogan. That's Hogan's first postseason touchdown catch. Steelers answer back as D'Angelo Williams rumbles in. Missed extra point, but Pittsburgh's on the board. Then got the old flea flicker there as Dion Lewis sends it back to Tom Brady as he connects with Hogan once again. Pats lead at 17-9 at half, and they roll in the second half. Brady this time to Julian Edelman. Brady and Belichick heading to their 7th Super Bowl together as the Patriots win 36-17. So Northside at Homestead. It's your Highlight Zone game of the week. Northside ranked 4th in this week's 4A state poll. Homestead not far behind. They're ranked 13th. Jack Ferguson, you see him right there, and he's got to get us going with a Fergalicious 3 from the quarter. That gets Homestead on the board. On the other end, Devontae Kinney gets working. He drives to the rack for Northside's first 2 of the night. Homestead, though, with a 6-2 lead. Still in the first, Keon Brooks Jr. gets going, gets the long 2. Now tied at 11 points. Homestead's Grant Rayburg with a last-second shot. That gives Homestead a 13-11 lead at the end of 1. Very exciting first quarter. In the second, got ourselves a 3 off. Brander Janelle gets it from beyond the arc. Legends respond as Brandon Johnson knocks it down for the triple, ties up the game. But just before half, Parker Mangus, a big-time 3-pointer, gives Homestead a 32-29 lead heading into halftime. More of the same in the second. It's Mangus once again with a buzzer beater. That puts Homestead up 48-39 at the end of the third. Spartans extend their lead in the fourth. Ferguson driving, gets the bucket and the foul. Homestead up by 11 points. Legends, though, surging back. That's Kinney. Stays with it and gets the basket. Chris Johnson not liking that. Then Keon Brooks Jr., he had 29 points, but none more important than that one. The sophomore hits it from the free throw line to give Homestead a 59-58 lead. A goaltending call on Northside gives Homestead back the lead, but the Legends taking the lead for good with their big man Jalen Butts with the tip-in as the Legends come back from down 11 to win 62-60 over Homestead. Well, it's official. The Colts are done with general manager Ryan Grigson. Team owner Jim Irsay announcing that they fired Grigson at a press conference just moments ago. Grigson had been with the Colts since 2012 and was named Executive of the Year his first year at Indy, but more recently, he's taken the heat for the Colts missing the playoffs for 2 straight years. A replacement has not yet been named, but Irsay did clarify that Peyton Manning is not in the picture. Irsay also confirmed that Chuck Pagano will be the head coach of the Colts in 2017. Well, from football to college basketball, Notre Dame's win streak in the ACC snapped on Wednesday with a loss to Florida State. The Irish hoping to get back on track back at home in South Bend. Notre Dame hosting Syracuse. The Irish haven't beaten the Orange since 2012. First half, check out VJ Beachum throwing down the two-handed slam. More of that as Beachum goes ham in the first half with the one-handed slammeroo. This time Irish lead at 41-39 at the half. In the second, more VJ. He knocks it down for 3 in the New Haven grad. An absolute beast mode today. 30 points, a new career high as Notre Dame wins 84-66. The Irish now lead the ACC with a 6-1 record. In the Big Ten, Purdue back in Mackey Arena hosting Penn State. Caleb Swanigan showing off the range, buries the 3 to put Purdue up by 14 points. More of that in the second half as Swanigan gets the jumping hook shot to fall. Boilers now with a big lead and Purdue just absolutely dominating. That's Swanigan with the slam biggie. Another double-double, 19 points, 12 rebounds as Purdue pounds Penn State 77-52. Well, after losing OG in a season-ending injury last week, IU trying to push forward, hosting Michigan State. James Blackman Jr. with a game-winning 3 versus Penn State, and he gets hot from beyond the arc in the first. 4 threes in the first half to help put IU up 44-30. Doesn't slow down in the second. Blackman again from 3. The Fort Wayne kid with 33 points, 6 3-pointers. A man, just a fun time down in Bloomington today for all. That's Thomas Bryant with the steal. Zach Roberts with the dish. IU goes on to win this one by a final score of 82-75. And now over to the Big East. Butler in Chi-Town taking on DePaul. Picking this one up in the second, it's Eli Can for DePaul with the 3, but Butler comes back to force this game into overtime in OT. Kamar Baldwin with the big block. Keithan Savage takes it in for the lay-in, ties the game at 64. Now it's Baldwin again. This time, he misses the layup, but he does get fouled. He gets 2 from the line, and that will do it as Butler hangs on to win 70-69.
Coverage you can count on continues with Jessica Starbard's Sports Report.
Purdue taking care of some business before today's game against Nebraska, parting ways with Basil Smotherman. Matt Painter announcing the move this morning, saying that the redshirt junior did not meet the standards and expectations that student athletes must follow. Smotherman appeared in 18 games this year, averaging 12 minutes off the bench. Smotherman left the Boilers, still taking on the Huskers this afternoon. Right off the bat, Caleb Swanigan gonna rip the ball away. That ball will get to Carson Edwards for the 3-point basket to get Purdue on the board. Minutes later, it's Swanigan getting in the shooting. Biggie is shooting 51% from 3-point range this year. But Nebraska gonna come back. That's Jariah Horn. He lays it in, and the Huskers lead at 39-33 at half. In the second, that's Vince Edwards with the slam. Purdue goes on to tie this one, and then Klein will put Purdue on top with the jumper. Down the stretch, though, Purdue just trying to hang on to a 1-point lead. Swanigan going to turn the ball over. Nebraska will score the go-ahead bucket off that as the Boilers fall 83-80. Over in Evanston, IU trying to tame the Northwestern Wildcats without their leading scorer, James Blackman Jr. Off to a good start as Thomas Bryant drills the 3 from the top of the key. A little bit later, it's Robert Johnson with a triple of his own as IU starts on a 10-1 run. But things go south in a hurry. Bryant McIntosh going baseline. He lays it in for Northwestern's first lead of the day. And they would hang on to that lead as Sanjay Lumpkin with the steal and the slam. IU falls 68-55. The Hoosiers now 3-6 in the Big Ten. Hard to see if Tom Crean was given respect there. Well, Notre Dame suffering back-to-back losses for the first time since December yesterday, falling to Georgia Tech. But the road doesn't get any easier for the Irish, who host Duke tomorrow. Duke losing 3 of their last 5, but picked up a emotional come-from-behind win over Wake Forest yesterday. Now Notre Dame has the tough task of trying to slow down the Blue Devils' momentum.
You know, they're a really talented offensive team, pretty good defensive team. You know, they're just a really good team overall. We got to be ready to go from the tip, and you know, hopefully we can come out with a lot of energy and you know, maybe get off to a lead, something we haven't done in a while.
I think these guys have had success against that program, so you know, they feel they can beat the Duke program. I mean, you know, it's always, those have been great wins for our program. They've been great credibility wins nationally and in the league when we've been able to beat Duke.
What do you think the atmosphere is going to be like?
It'll be rocking, it'll be rolling, it'll be great.
Tip-off is at 7 o'clock tomorrow night. Well, the Notre Dame women's basketball team, they're ranked 8th in the nation, hosting Virginia today. First half, the Irish starting hot from outside. That's Arike Ogunbowale with the left wing. She hits the three. Notre Dame with 5 threes in the opening 5 minutes. Later, the Cavs go down low to Laren Moses, who lays it in. Irish lead down to 3, but they extended just before the end of the half. Lindsey Allen driving with a dish to Jackie Young. Notre Dame up 44-36 at the break, but the Irish start to slow down. That's Jocelyn Willoughby hits the triple to tie the game at 44, but the Irish come back. Marina Mabry with the steal. She lobs it up to Bree Turner. 2 of Turner's 9 on the day. Irish win a close one, 82-74. In the NBA, the Pacers hosting James Harden and the Rockets. Pacers with a strong start. It's Paul George gonna get it for 3 points. Later, George doing it again, this time inside. Pacers lead it 17-9. Later, Houston's James Harden going to keep the Rockets in it with the hoop and the harm. Still, the Pacers have a 31-19 lead. Second half, man, Paul George just showing absolutely no mercy there with the posterizing slam. He had himself quite a night as Al Jefferson gets the ball to George for the three-pointer. He had 33 as the Pacers smoked the Rockets 120-101. The Colts have a new general manager. The team announcing earlier tonight that they've hired Chris Ballard. Ballard comes to the Colts after working in the Kansas City Chiefs front office for 4 years. He was the director of player personnel in KC. Under his tutelage, the Chiefs drafted players like Travis Kelce and Marcus Peters. Ballard takes over for Ryan Grigson, who was fired just 8 days ago. No slow down there. Meanwhile, T.Y. Hilton representing the Colts in the Pro Bowl tonight, playing wideout for Team AFC in the first. That's Hilton with the nice grab. That drive, though, stalling after a fumble on Team NFC. Jordan Howard, the former IU running back, rumbles in for the first down. This game tied at 7-7 in the second quarter. It's Andy Dalton in at QB. Finds T.Y. Hilton for the 16-yard gain and the first down. That would result in this touchdown pass to Travis Kelce. Loved the entrance into the end zone. AFC goes on to win this one 20-13. Another local standout, Leo native Andy Bear in Fort Wayne this weekend. Bear, one of the keynote speakers, along with fellow steeplechase runner Daniel Huling at the 39th annual Fort Wayne Running Club banquet at the Miro Center. Bear and Huling were also at the IPFW Open Track meet yesterday. The IU alum recently made the decision to move back to Bloomington from Portland, where he had been living and training. He is now back training with his old running coach at IU and is excited to return to his running roots.
Just the community in terms of both in Bloomington and in Fort Wayne has always, throughout my career, been very important and very influential in getting to this point. And so just to be a part of that a little bit closer and actually in it again has been really fun, and it just feels like old times.
Bear is also planning on switching from the steeplechase back to the 1500, the race he won a national title in while at IU. Well, Eric Wedge, another local face, was in town yesterday hosting his annual baseball camp. After spending years as a manager in the big leagues, Wedge now works in player development with the Toronto Blue Jays. That means part of his job is to make the Tin Caps rival the Lansing Lugnuts in the best shape that they can be. Working for the other side, Wedge knows how hard it is to compete with the Tin Caps, knowing how strong the Padres farm system is.
Everybody knows that the Tin Caps are one of the top minor league organizations in baseball. I mean, they've just done a great job, with that organization. San Diego, they've committed, to their farm system, to their player development system, and you're seeing it start to pay off for them. So usually when you do that, you're going to take some heat from it publicly, and from a media standpoint. But ultimately, that's how you have to do it. Build it from within. That's what they're trying to do.
The Padres currently have the third best farm system in Major League Baseball. And the Australian Open wrapping up this weekend. The men's championship taking place this morning in Melbourne. Roger Federer and Rafael Nadal meeting for the 12th time in the Grand Slam final, and this time it's Federer with the win. This is his 4th Australian Open title. And in a historic matchup in the Women's Championship yesterday, Serena and Venus Williams meeting for the 9th time at a Grand Slam final. Serena winning this one 6-4, 6-4 to surpass Steffi Graf for most Grand Slam titles with 23. Serena has dominated all Williams finals in the past. She has won 7 of the 9 and 8 of their last 9 matches. I would like to think if my sister and I were star tennis players that I would own the all Starbard Grand Slams.
Yeah.
Probably not. No, Steph's a really good athlete. My little sister Steph is a very good athlete.
All right. Well, now that that's on the record that we know you're not a good tennis player.
I'm not.